I am going to spend several sessions teaching you about the power of mythology and your symbolic brain. Now, this is work I've been doing for years now, and it's work that's super, super powerful. It's life-changing, and it is really the core of everything that I do. Everything that I teach, everything, pretty much everything, from sex to money to relationships, all of this has a foundation in the understanding of mythology. And so I want to start training you, the people who have been following me and have been coming to my classes and have been really wanting to know more about this. The response has been overwhelming over the years, and I decided that I would give you as much conceptual content for free as I possibly can to really help you get the underpinnings of what it is that I teach. So let's begin with what mythology is. So the first thing you need to understand that a myth is equal to a story. A myth and a story are essentially the same thing. You have a myth, a story. These are also ideas. Ideas or ideals. And that is what a mythology is. It's basically a story, an ideal, an idea that I have about the way life is that I communicate to other people and they in turn buy. That's the essence of mythology. They're stories, they're metaphors for people's experiences or ideas or insights about life. Now, all myths come from the same place, which is they come from the brain. So all myths come from the brain. And the human mind makes up all of these stories and tells them in a form that other people can grasp and other people can kind of cling on to, if you will, and make their own. And this is the essence of what it is to be a communicative, verbal human. We, through our words, share ideas, and these ideas bridge us into other realities. Now, the reason this is so important is because what you want to understand is that so many of the problems that you have in your life, so many of the frustrations, the confusions, are really mythologically based confusions, and they have to do with the intersection of two mythological points. So the intersection of two mythological points is what I call a pain point. And that intersection is where two ideas or ideals conflict with one another. One says this and the other says that. I'll give you some examples of that, but that's what I want you to start out with. And where those two things intersect is a pain point. So the pain point happens in our brain. The pain point, most of the pain we feel is psychologically based, psychologically driven. It comes from the brain, and it intersects these two different ideals or ideas. So number one, let's say, would be, here's a common one, you should always be afraid, like don't trust strangers, right? Don't trust strangers. We've all been taught this. And yet, the fact that you're here listening to me, the fact that you're in or wanting a relationship, the fact that you have friends means that somewhere along the line, the belief that mommy and daddy taught you to not trust strangers, you learned something and you realized, no, I actually have to trust strangers in order to have friends. So that's what a friend is. A friend is somebody who was once a stranger who now is somebody who you trust. So A conflicting idea is, let's say you're longing to be close to somebody, but the conflict is you shouldn't trust strangers, or all people are bad, or certain groups of people are bad. So these conflicting thoughts create pain points, and that's the essence of something that's very important to understand in terms of our mythological basis. A pain point is the conflict between two different stories and ideals. I will explain the next step in the next video.